Brian.
Josh.
Brian.
Steven.
We have... Oh no, what have I done? I've created a monster. Abbott, help us, man. Help us. Oh, this is good. We're off to a great start. We are off to a great start.
Some candy?
No candy. No candy at all.
Fine.
We have a bit too lethal here. Who I first met at E3. Did you meet him that trip, Brian?
No.
I don't think so.
I wasn't the cool kid at that time. I was just the taxi driver.
That's right. That's right. You were our sweet Uber driver. That's how we met, actually. You were the Uber that we called.
That's pretty good. I feel like you're moving on up then, from Uber driver.
In that case, I got really screwed on the tip.
Co-host.
And I didn't get any
You
money.
just got more work, right?
If you're only listening to this, he just flipped me off, so make sure to go check the video.
Did I?
All right. Episode 99. We gotta get this thing started. Abbott, take it away, man.
The Lucas starts now.
Like that remix.
What is going on? Welcome to episode 99 of the Lootcast. 99.
Wow.
Brian, next week is episode 100. I have the feelers out for some very special guests. I'm not going to say anything because, I haven't heard anything yet. But
good call.
Fingers crossed. I'll find out something soon. So if who I asked first is not here or not showing up, we'll have somebody. Hopefully somebody special. It might just be you and me just looking back on. Maybe we'll just listen to old episodes and just critique them.
Let's know. They're all bad.
True. That's true.
Bam, end of episode.
Young Khan says, getting Deej. Hey, I want to say hi to everybody that's hanging out with us in the chat. Blind Spot, Young Khan. There's a lot of you guys hanging out here. Body Bombs. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. For everybody that's lurking, thank you so much. We do this thing live. We try to start at 7, but, life happens. So 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, twitch.tv/The Loot Cave every week, except for June 6th, because my daughter has a talent show that night, or both of them do. So we'll figure that out. That'll be a Monday or something. We'll keep you in the loop. So before we get too far into this, guys, if you want to get yourself a free book from Audible, you can go to audibletrial.com/thelootcast, and there you can get a book of your choice from something like over 30,000 books to choose from. We highly recommend Ready Player One or Armada, both excellent books, especially if you're a gamer. If you've never read those or listened to them, check them out. Also, they have a ton of Star Wars books on there, so you can check those out as well. Bloodline, I highly recommend, especially if you're a fan of Princess Leia. Also, guys, we have a Patreon. You go to patreon.com/thelootcast. For $1 or more each month, you get yourself an extra Destiny podcast. So, you can go check that out over there. And that was patreon.com/thelootcast. Lastly, Brian and I also do a Nintendo show called the Nintendo Powercast. And you got to say it just like that every time. It just helps. And if you like Nintendo and you like listening to two old guys talk about Nintendo, well, go and check that out as well. We'd appreciate it. It's on iTunes, Podbean, and Google Play. Okay. Well, we're going to jump right into our first segment, which is called Becoming Legend. And we're going to hear all about ABitTooLethal and his journey with Destiny. So, let's jump into it. Woo. All right. So, Abbott, tell us, my friend, all about your journey with Destiny. And you can, you can go back a little further if need be, like what got you into shooters and that stuff. Did he just dab on the that's never happened on the show before. Somebody requested that.
You got to dab on them sometime.
Hey, do it, man.
Gotta please the fans.
That's all right. I try that, and my kids are like, "Please never do that." That's what my kids tell me. Please never do that.
But you have tried it. That's what I'm hearing.
I flail my arms around and cover my face with one. That's about the extent of. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't work out. It's okay. I'm too old. I've come to grips with it. It works.
Fine.
It works. So, but yeah, give us the lowdown, man. Like, what games did you play that got you into shooters, and then what led you to Destiny?
I'd say it probably honestly goes all the way back to Halo, like Halo 2, maybe. I don't know. And that's actually from when I was in middle school. They had one of those like after school program type deals, and they had a Xbox, and that's where I was introduced to swords versus shotguns, which was a great, a good time. But it was generally, like there was people, that was like a thing that we would go and do all the time. It wasn't like, set days or anything. It was just like, that was the game mode everyone wanted to play. And so that was probably my first exposure to it. I didn't really have an Xbox. I had a 360 later. But that was where I probably started with shooters, and then when I got a 360, I got really into was it World at War? Was that the one on 360? I think so. It was.
That was one of them. That was
that was like the fifth Call of Duty.
That was the fifth one.
Yeah. I played that, and I played like way too much Modern Warfare 2. Like I have a classic high school story. So a lot of it was COD early on, but I have like a high school story of we did a LAN party at a friend's house. Went like 4 hours straight, went like 45 win streaks in a row in a third-person team tactical or something. Like all brought up Turtle Beaches. We like had our audio. We were straight kidded out. Like we were the try-hard teens that kill me now. And so that's probably where like it was at its peak. And then college, I played a lot of World of Warcraft. And then I got back into shooters. I didn't really get into the Call of Duty scene, but basically I was working at Target at the time. And I didn't know about Destiny too much beforehand. And a lot of the people, I was a manager for the electronics department, right? And so a lot of my team was like, dude, you got to try this game, Destiny. And they're like, you got to come play with us. You got to come play with us. I was like, I haven't heard of it. And they're like, it's made by Bungie. I was like, oh, did they make Halo? And then sure enough, I like rented it, played it, and now I'm here. So, I mean, there's obviously a long story in those 3 years, but that's kind of what led me to Destiny, I think, and where I got into shooters the first exposure.
So are you playing on PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation primarily. I have it on Xbox, but
Gotcha.
Time is limited. So.
Right. Oh yeah, we understand. What's your main?
Titan. Easy.
Oh, dude, I should have known.
That seems to be the
best
going trend, though. No, we ask everyone on the show, but like usually that's the response we get. Yeah, we get like a hunter or a warlock here and there, but for all the hate that Titans get, everyone seems to be a Titan. Maybe they're just like closet Titans. They're like, oh, I mean, I'm a warlock. Yeah. But really, deep down, they all want to be Titans.
I think the hunter is like I'm cool if I'm a hunter. Right. Yeah. And I'm cool. They're like hunters are like hipster classes, man. Like at least what I see on social media, man, everyone's like, well, you're not cool if you're not a gunslinger, man, dude. And I'm like, listen, man, I'll punch you to death. It's fine.
They can't be full hipsters though, because there's no beards or corduroys.
Right? Yeah, but I imagine hunters have like, fidget spinners, so
I could see that, like, DLC for their blades. They throw fidget spinners.
That'll be the new GameStop pre-order.
My goodness. Hey, I do want to say hi to everybody that is hanging out with us that came over from Abbott's stream. Looks like the chat's moving now. Maximus and Money. That's a great name. So what's up, guys? Thank you for being here, hanging out. We appreciate it. So you are a Titan. Which I mean, I find this stuff out ahead of time. That's why we only have Titans on here, because I screen every person.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Like,
so we know. But apparently you weren't day one, right? If people were telling you about it, or were you?
I was like week 1 or 2, so I wasn't far behind the curve. But I was not day one. Like, if you take someone that joined in during Rise of Iron, I would call myself day one. But if you're talking like the OG, like on the forums and like 2012 or whatever, no, that's not me. But I was pretty close there. I didn't have the chance to exploit the loot cave because I was like, I didn't know enough about the game by then. Like, I don't know if I had reached the point where being able to do VOG, but I was definitely in there cheesing. I mean, not cheesing Atheon. Totally didn't cheese Atheon. a lot.
So you and I had a very similar story then, because my Xbox was broken. The Blu-ray drive stopped working. So by the time I got it back, Destiny was already like a week and a half old or something. So did you end up having to play a lot by yourself to get through the story, or did you have people to play with?
I kind of found people to play with, mostly. Yeah, I think I did the majority of it solo, but later on I found like a clan. I don't remember the name or anything, but I had some people. The problem was I think a lot of the people that wanted me to get the game were actually on Xbox. So I was telling them about like how I liked the game, but I couldn't play it with them. So I just found some people. I don't think I ever went to like LFG forums or anything like that, but just from running into random people, just sort of like made friends. Yeah.
Gotcha. That's cool. That's cool. So you got the bug, obviously. Where do you find yourself these days? Are you PvP, PvE?
It's kind of a balance. I think I spend a lot of my time like picking the activities I want to do ahead of the time and then like doing them, but it's split really between raiding or trials. And I go into trials, like for me, I've got to go into trials with a mindset because like I'm gonna have fun. Otherwise, like if I don't think about how I'm having fun, I'll get stuck a lot and then not have fun. But I'd say it's a fair, even balance. And I would just really like revisiting the raids, like whether or not it's the weekly one or if it's just a raid that some people in the community want to do. It's just fun to hop in and knock those out. Still love them.
What's it been like since the beginning for you? Like, have you ridden out the waves, or have you had to take a break periodically just to keep your sanity? I think when we met, you were pretty into the division, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I've definitely taken breaks. I'd even consider myself like not really on like a set break right now, but I definitely, it's hard to play like having, and I know I'm not the only one saying this, but it's hard to have played Destiny 2 and then come back and then just long for it. And you're just like, So I play some other games, both because, right, like I think if you have overexposure to anything really, you're going to get frustrated with it for mundane things. So I try to keep it in check. But prior to that, I think when the division, particularly when like 1.4 hit or the game dropped itself, I got really into those. And I really enjoyed that time and playing with people there. A lot of people that I knew from the Destiny community were also, split into that. So, but I also got to meet new friends there too.
Right. So we totally understand what you're saying about playing Destiny 2 and trying to go back to Destiny 1. Like I've played a little bit. I do want to finish my book. I do. I actually, this last weekend, I was like, oh, you know what? This is going to be a almost 4-day weekend for me. And I'm going to stream a lot. And I streamed 0. And all the gaming I did was on my Switch. When I would finally sit down after doing an entire day of yard work, which was great, built a little fire pit, did a bunch of new flower beds and stuff. It was good. And then the following day was like, hey, let's just clean the garage while we're at it. And so I just went full on nuts. And then Monday we had family over, and I smoked a pork shoulder for 13 hours. And so I could play a little Switch while I was watching that thing. But other than that, not so much. So my wife said, hey, next weekend I'm leaving all day Saturday, so you better stream the entire day. I was like, oh,
you look fine.
You're the best.
Yeah.
If I have to play video games for 12 hours, I will.
I guess.
So hopefully that'll be a full day of all kinds of stuff, including a little Destiny. So
are you going for like completion or just enough to get the shirt?
No, just enough to get the shirt, I think. I don't know. I mean, it just depends. I thought you had to 100%, man.
No? Just part.
No, you have to get like a certain number of bubbles.
Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know how far I'll get. Do you know the percentage you have to get to offhand? Maybe somebody in the chat does.
Yeah, it shows it as 100% in the book, but I think someone has mapped out like how many bubbles you have to do.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, exactly. Like basically that way you didn't have to complete the whole book, right? Because I think some people were time locked if they didn't play the game from year one or day one or whatever.
Gotcha.
But for those that did, they can complete the entire book.
So I have some strikes to do.
Yeah.
Like all.
Alex Delcertini says 24 million. That about sums it up.
Seems good. Yeah, that's about right.
That's a good good number. So, well, you're in a clan, Rezo, right? We've had Clawman on here and a few other members of the clan. What did you get into that early?
Yeah, I did actually. I think not like the game came out September 2014. I want to say I joined May or late April, one of the two of 2015. So I've been in there a while. I guess it's right around 2 years now. So yeah, I've been in the clan for about that long, 2 years.
And you basically always had people to play with, never had to use LFG or anything like that?
Yeah, since then, pretty much. Like I've been spoiled. But I've done, I think at the same time, I've tried to reach out as best I can to play with other people that are interested in playing with me. I didn't, I guess I tried not to. When I initially joined, I wanted to play a lot with the Resolute clan members, right? Just get to know these people that I'm now in a group with, use the LFG functions and everything. But with people that were interested in playing with people from Resolute, or, once I started streaming, the people that wanted to play with me because of that, I've generally tried to make myself accessible because I think Destiny shines when you're playing with other people. And so it's been a great opportunity to meet a lot of people like you guys. I mean, we met Josh through Division maybe, but or just at E3, but either way, right? We're here because Destiny, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Tinks was on the podcast that I was on like once a month, and so I think she introduced us, I believe. Like, yeah, I can't remember. It's all kind of a blur, that whole trip at this point, but I know we were hanging out in the Ubisoft lounge or whatever they called it. I don't even remember.
Yeah, we did did we do the Ghost Recon Wildlands one together? I don't know I know I did it with some of the guys, but I don't know if you were on that group.
I honestly don't remember at this point. It was, I almost gave up my spot and then somebody else did. So you may have been in the group with us, but I'm not sure. But that was a crazy time, man, hanging out with all those guys and we had some fun at that barcade. Yes, we did. I remember. I don't know if anybody else remembers, but I remember.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a good time though, definitely. I think I remember most. 87%.
60-40.
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, we can reminisce off the mic later. Yeah. So what has been one of your favorite memories with Destiny? Or, maybe it's a raid that you did for the first time, or maybe something that happened in your stream. What just one of your favorite things that's happened because of that game.
Yeah, I mean, I think part of it is my brain, I guess there's been a lot of exposure, a lot of memories with it. So there's a lot to remember, and it's hard to pick necessarily one that is above the rest. But I think one of my favorite experiences was it was a lot of fun, as terrible as it sounds, but when I ate a ghost pepper on stream. Well, I ended up eating multiple, but at the time I was pretty regular, and I guess it's both Destiny and streaming related, but I was trying to do a trials match with it, and there was zero chance. But basically, I think I had hit 500 followers. And I realize now in retrospect, I should have said it set the bar really high for everything else. They were like, "Oh, you hit 600? Why don't you eat a Carolina Reaper?" It's like, no, that's not how this works. But yeah, I think in the video or whatever, it was a good time because I think it was Jag 3 Daxter, a buddy, Mod, and one of my best friends, and then Super Professor, the same, both of them Rezo Clan members. And we were like trying to, I was like, okay, we're going to launch in. I'm just going to eat this pepper and we're going to go. And then like, basically I just put it in my mouth. I start chewing and I run forward and you just see like my pit start sweating and I'm like red puppy eyes and I'm just like, ugh. And like I try to get a kill and I'm shooting a wall or something like that. And while it was super painful, it was just a fun celebration moment, I guess. And also trying to incorporate Destiny in there. Turns out I can't montage people while eating ghost peppers.
You should have nibbled it first and worked your way up to the whole pepper, like at the end of the raid. Just to
that would have been smarter.
To tease the stream.
But I am not smart. No, I just ate it all and then started wolfing down some yogurt.
Nice. Is there a clip somewhere of this?
I think there's a highlight. Yeah, I think it still exists.
Okay, if I can find it, or maybe you can shoot me a link, I'll throw it in the show notes at the lootcave.com/episode 99. So if we can find it, we'll do that. So, well, that's awesome, man. Like no ghost peppers here. I've had a hot sauce called The Source, but that wasn't on stream. That was just with a bunch of dudes, and that was an unpleasant experience. It was like 7.1 million Scoville units. So
have you guys watched the videos on YouTube of people reviewing video games while eating ghost peppers?
You just got banned for
I just got banned. I posted the video.
What? Way to go, Josh.
Yeah, I know.
I got you. I got you with the whisper.
There you go. Okay.
That's the smarter.
Go ahead, Destinat. Sorry.
There's videos online, like people will eat like a full-on like ghost pepper or one of those super hot ones, and then proceed to start reviewing a video game. I highly recommend those.
Is it called like Hot Pepper Gaming or something?
Sure.
I think well, I don't know if I
don't want to say the link and get banned, so.
That's true. Yeah, but that is a thing. I wonder if they're still doing stuff. They eat a lot of hot peppers.
Old ones, but they're pretty comical though.
Yeah. So we got to hang out with Abbott at the Destiny 2 reveal. It was very exciting, and the three of us actually got to sit down and do the strike on PC.
Two of us,
which was
Guess which two?
I literally got a participation trophy. I think that's although I will say there were a few points where I had to revive both of you because you kept getting destroyed by the drills.
I 100% got destroyed by the drill. I'm not even going to try and play it off.
Yeah, that thing was brutal.
I told someone, I was like, I would clearly die in survival situations because I think I was leading the pack and I saw that thing and I was like, oh, you ride that. And so I just tried to jump over and land on it, and you do not get to ride that. No, not at all.
Wasn't it before that part? There was like a man cannon that we had to go through.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe it was before.
So
it's like you basically go through the man cannon, drop down a little bit, and then get wrecked by drills.
Yeah. So let's talk about my experience with the man cannon, because I'm not sure that we've mentioned it on anything yet. Maybe we have, and forgive me if so. But for those of you that haven't heard this yet, it's quite comical. So Abbott jumps through the man cannon, goes into this little doorway.
No problem.
And basically, let's describe this area. We have to cross a chasm, if you will. Right? And there's a wall on the other side with a little doorway. And it is definitely little, and there's a lot of wall. Mm-hmm. Okay? So Abbott goes through, keeps on running. He's booking it. Pretty soon he's dead because he hits the drill. Destinat goes. I don't think he made it. Or did he? He make it the first time?
I hit full-on face-planted wall first time.
Okay. So he face plants the wall. I'm right behind him. I do the exact same thing. I'm running full bore and just smack right into this wall and like slide down and die. It's like there was no. So, and I hear Abbott go, I don't think I can get you guys from over here. So we come back and I think Destinat
I think I made
goes
it my
in
second
front
try.
of me.
maybe.
Yeah, you went in front of me. And so right as you went into the doorway, I hit your back and it stopped all my momentum and I fell straight to my again, and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. So
you had some technical difficulties.
Here we go. Third time. I'm like, okay, I got this. I don't know what I'm doing, but I know I'm doing something. So I what is it to go forward? S or something, or F, or I don't even know.
I think it was W.
Yeah, there you go. There, I'm looking at a keyboard now. Yeah, W. So, okay, I know I got to be pushing forward here. Here we go. Same thing. Smack the wall again. Finally, the last time, I just let off a little bit and I get through this doorway. But the dude that was watching us was like, I've got one rule. You will finish this simulation or you will leave this room and you will be a worthless pile of crap. And I was like,
he was like full on Full Metal Jacket drill sergeant.
Dude, he was into it. He was real into it.
Yeah, he totally was. And it made me even more nervous because I'm like, I literally was looking at the keys. Like, I knew I had the super, right? Like I could do the roaming super with the Titan. So like I hit F to start the super, and then I just kept hitting F and nothing was happening. And I'm like, what is going on? Well, then I figured out you have to hit the trigger as if you're pulling your, your gun. But I had no clue. And so all in all, the PC looked amazing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah.
Give us your thoughts, man. We'll talk about that strike first, and then we can get into it a little. I want to hear you, and I want to hear a little bit from Ryan on it too.
Yeah, I guess I would say first off, I think one of my favorite parts of the strike wasn't even involved in the actual strike, but the way that we got to play it. Because basically, like I saw this lady, and like it was kind of wrapping up, right? And I think I saw her, and this is how I kind of got to play PC. Crucible was I just like walked up to the person like with the schedule, and I was like, hey, so can I play? And so I went up to the lady with the strike. I was like, so can I play? And she was like, if you have 2 friends. And I was like, and I'm out. And so I like turned the corner and you two are both just sitting there. And I was like, perfect. Like it was, I don't know. It felt serendipitous, right? Like I turned there, you two are both just sitting there, like clearly, like you were just like paused, like you weren't doing anything in particular. I was like, you guys want to do a strike? And so I thought that was fun too. Like it just, I don't know. It felt cool, like a way to like for us to come together to play. But then the core mechanics too, like it was my first time playing Gunslinger on the PvE side of it, and so I just felt like a total badass. Like I was just like jumping all around. Like I think one time I jumped a little bit too much and just fell and splatted right into a couple of the Cabal enemies, and I think you guys were like back behind me, and I was like, oh, I'm that guy that's speed running strikes right now. But
we're all like staring at the flowers, like ooh.
Yeah, math class was trying to go for the fastest run right next to us. So I mean,
oh my gosh,
the competition was thick in the room.
Yeah, and I think we all kind of detoured at one point. I think a lot of people did too, looking at the videos. But we were trying to find a ghost or whatever. I think we like hopped down into one area and like we started jumping up, and like the guy was like looking at us like, "What? No, it's not there." And we're just like, "No, we're pretty sure it's there, man. Pretty sure it's there."
Do you even Destiny? Just because you have a Bungie shirt on that says staff, do you?
do you know what you're talking about? Okay, that's at least 50 Grimoire. Right? He's like, oh, I got something to tell you about that.
Push-ups now.
Yeah, but no, it was cool. I think I really enjoyed. That was my first time, because I'd done the campaign on console, but really going through the experience of the strike, understanding the scale of the areas in a strike, like the part. I think before the drill, where it was like that big open sort of war field, felt huge, like walking into that. And you turn a corner, and you're just like, okay. And there's like multiple mobs of enemies fighting each other in different areas on that section. Plus, it was cool to get exposure to the different types of stuff. Like I think there were some Minotaurs and how the new shields looked. I like that design where it basically like all encompassed them. And just, they didn't. I don't think they functionally changed anything, but visually changed it, and I think it looks a lot better. So exposure with that. But I will forever remember, I think my favorite part about that strike, outside of, and maybe we'll talk about the boss fight in a second, but it was my first time encountering the shield where it like spreads out. I don't know if you guys fought those dudes, the Cabal, with the phalanx and how it like the energy one spreads out. But I walked up to him and was gonna shoot him in the face, and he popped it and spread it out, and then I did the dodge roll like around it, and I was like, I am a god. So
Awesome.
yeah, that was like my favorite like little moment from it, I guess, outside of watching you splat the wall a lot.
We don't have to talk about that.
Yeah.
Brian, what did you think of that, man? Like sitting down on the PC and playing Destiny.
I really liked it. I know I got to do the only thing I didn't do on PvP, or I'm sorry, PC, was the PvP. I did the little, I guess it's the first level, or I would think maybe it's very close to the beginning of the game. And then we did the strike, and visually it is amazing. I know that's kind of like the go-to for the PC. Everyone's saying, "Oh, it looks amazing," and it's going to. It was running on very high-end hardware though, so I mean, if someone's like, "Hey, is my PS4 gonna look like this?" Probably not. But it might just be little things that you notice. Like I noticed when I zoomed in with at one part there was a window, and everything kind of in front of the window was, like the game kind of does it now, where everything that you're aiming at is in focus, kind of, and then everything behind it gets blurry, like that kind of depth of field effect, But I don't remember who was standing next to us, Josh, when I zoomed in. And I was like, oh, I mean, I'm like, look at this. It looks amazing. Like, all the sparks were flying and everything. It was just very dynamic. And I'm like, look at the bokeh. And he's like, did you just say the bokeh? Like, but the difference was, like, when you were looking out the window and you were zoomed in, it wasn't just blurry behind the Cabal. There was, like, I mean, if you know photography, like there's like the highlights, there's something behind you and it's out of focus, but not only is it out of focus, it's usually like an octagon. And it's like, those are the blades of the lens causing that effect. And it's like, they incorporated that into the game, like it's probably some new NVIDIA filter or something like that takes like 2 seconds to click on. But it was just like little things like that, which you'll notice one time, and then after you play the game for like 100 hours, you don't notice it anymore. But also, like Abbott said, like that field, I was blown away by that field, only because I feel like the only thing that I can think of that we kind of got that with in the first Destiny was like I'm trying to think. There's a PvP map. It's like the Black Garden or something like that, where you come up some stairs. And then you get to the top, and then you look out, and you can see, like, it's just this huge field, but you can't go there. You're just looking over a ledge. Yeah, I think that's the PvP map. But then it's also kind of like, it's also in the PvE game. But it's like, we can't go there, it's like a backdrop off in the distance, and it's kind of like, oh, look, that's huge, that's cool. But you can't actually go there, where when the part we were on in the strike, it was like, no, you actually have to go across that. So it was actually part of the game. That part blew me away, and then that boss fight I thought was super exciting. Yeah. I think people have mentioned it. It was similar to like Mortal Kombat, like, as you bust through the floor, and it's kind of like you fall down and you keep fighting. It's like it's one continuous battle, kind of. So yeah, I thought that was really fun as well.
Yeah, I liked how, at least with the boss, just how his health was, just to add there with the stages, how it was very clearly segmented. So you like knew where you were at progression wise. You're like, all right, it's time. And like, I think the first time I was freaking out, I was like, where's the floor going? But then the second time I felt like we all like synergized. But it was cool to visually see, okay, something else is about to happen. And I thought that was like a subtle but really cool change to have for the bosses.
I thought it was great watching it from my dead ghost. It was a really fun experience. Like, I really enjoyed that. For some reason I kept getting knocked off the map or the little platform. I'm not even sure what would hit me exactly. It was like the phalanx with his shield or whatever, but I didn't see anything in front of me. All of a sudden I was just flying backwards, and I'm like, I'm trying to hit every button to jump, and I'm like, I can't push W and spacebar at the same time. This is my ADS hand. What is happening right now? So, yeah, I was dead quite a bit. You guys, you know, you got a lot of medic medals for picking me up.
Those farming revives. You know.
Yeah. So, tell us more about the reveal, like just from your perspective, like what, you know, we talked about it a little bit last week, but we didn't get into it a whole lot. So like, what was it like for you? Like just waiting out in line, that California sun beating down on you, waiting to walk down that red carpet.
Yeah, I think that was the first time ever walking down a red carpet to begin with. But also I guess for me, one of the cool parts about it was that the Destiny 2 reveal felt like more than just the actual reveal. Like it was the getting down there, sort of meeting up with people. I think I was there for someone's first time getting in and out or whatever it was. Nice. And I don't know, it was a good time just socializing with a lot of people outside of the event. But the event itself, you know, there's a lot of people meeting, I think, early on when we were all getting badges or whatever we needed to get. There's people taking pictures in front of it and people fighting for the last rock stars that were out there or whatever it was. And it was cool seeing some faces, you know, that I've had the opportunity to interact with in the community, but not necessarily meet in person. Like one, his name, I can't remember if it's Ruli49 or Ruli9, but I've helped him out. He helped plan a charity stream. But he's from the UK. And so that was the first time that we had ever met in person. And I thought that was a really cool experience. So we're here, we're all excited, getting badges. And then suddenly, you know, the gates open and we start walking in and there's this grand thing and like cell phones are flying in the air as people are recording and posting and tweeting and doing whatever they need to do. And so just the buzz from the energy and the sort of atmospheric music that they had playing as we were winding down the clock. And it was my first time doing like an IRL stream too, and I was figuring out how to operate a selfie stick, which was a trip. But I think all of that just helped build up the anticipation for when, you know, people come out and it starts watching and you just start seeing Zavala out there sort of like giving his origin story. And like it was just an insane sort of culmination of all that excitement, and then just the explosion as these cutscenes start playing and then, you know, the speakers start coming out. It was pretty incredible to thrive off of that energy, I think. And it was hard not to, right? Like to just be electric at that moment.
Dude, that room was I don't even have words to describe it, man. It was crazy. Like the sound was like punching us in the face. Like you can feel every explosion, you know. It was crazy, and just hearing people go nuts like we're at a concert, you know, like, and just the looks on the faces of the Bungie employees, and just like, you know, seeing them seeing our excitement and us seeing them. I talked to Luke Smith for a little bit after the we ran out, we played real quick, we played a PvP match, then we went and got a sandwich, and he was coming off the stage and he just had sweat just pouring down his face. And, you know, I said, "Hey, Luke." And he stopped and I shook his hand and then I gave him a hug, and I'm like, I just like, thank you. You know, like, and we talked a little bit about PvP and the 4v4s and stuff. And then he's like, "Well, I have 7 hours of interviews I have to get to." And I was like, "Well, have fun, brother." You know, like, and
yeah,
but I think you could almost see like a relief on his face, and just kind of like, I mean, this is 3 years of his blood, sweat, and tears, you know, and and that's, I mean, that's something I really hope people get and understand, and I hope, I mean, you know, there's always going to be, we talk about this periodically, but there's always going to be those people that are just, they're rude online because there's no face to face. But like seeing these people that care so much about this, it was I mean, it was really cool, really cool, because you could see it, in that this is their passion. You know, they're doing they're doing their dream job, and they're creating something that has built an incredible community. And so, you know, if you're listening to this and you're pissed off about something in Destiny, just remember there is people on the other side that have, you know, sacrificed a lot. A lot.
Yeah.
So be nice.
I would, just to add to that, I think that was probably one of the things that it's good to point out, because it was so present, that not just the energy that we talked about, but also just seeing the faces, right? Like, I think that was one of the hidden moments where it was like I was talking with people, and then like you'd see these employees and they're just like watching, the staff is just watching people like experience this game for the very first time. And so there was definitely like a mutual or reciprocation of excitement where they're excited to show it to us, and then we're excited to play it, and we give the feedback, and we're just like, oh my God, that's crazy. Or like, you know, the PvP guys are like, I can see all this on the supers, you know, like it's so much slower, and they're just going crazy. And then, because I spent a lot of time around the PC PvP area, and the Vicarious Vision guys were all excited to talk about the PC build. They're like, yeah, you know, it's only running at medium settings. Like, you should see it at ultra. And I'm just like, yeah, man, I totally want to. You should show me out back where the ultra settings are. No, I don't know. It was, I'm glad you brought that up, because it was definitely cool to see the humans behind Destiny 2.
Yeah, I mean, what they've created has created something that they couldn't have anticipated. There's no way that, I mean, I'm a broken record, but we say it on here all the time. I mean, I wouldn't know either of you if it wasn't for this game, right? There's no way. There's no way. And to have made like such like close and good friends through a video game. I mean, it happened through Xbox Live, but I don't even feel like it happened on the level that it's happened with Destiny. And I think a lot of people can attest to that. And it's, you know, I know it's just a piece of software that's meant to entertain us, but it ended up becoming much more than that. And I think Destiny 2 is just going to keep that going. Yeah. And man, I cannot wait to play more PvP. I cannot wait.
I need it.
Yes, that 4v4 was so good. Destiny, what was some of your favorite stuff, man?
The PC, playing on PC, because that's something that kind of like no one had done before in a sense, you know. It's and everyone was kind of like wondering about it. Jumping in, like when we jumped in for the first time for PvP on the PS4, that was fun, and I was excited because I sat down and like I've heard both extremes online, you know, where people say like, oh, it's too similar, and then they're like, oh no, it's too different. Like I would describe it as like, if Destiny 1 is a bicycle, like Destiny 2 PvP was like, you know, like the phrase goes, it's like riding a bike, you know. Like I was able to jump in, not have to, because I use default settings on my controller anyway, so it's like I was able to jump in and I could know exactly what I was doing, you know. It wasn't like, oh, this is a new, and it was a brand new game mode, so it's like you could say there's a possibility there to jump in and not know what you're doing, but it was so similar to other game types that we played on other PvP games that it just felt natural. And like, you know, we went in and it was you and I playing together, but we didn't even know who each other were in the game. And then there was two other just random people with us, and it was like we were still able, I think we won most of our matches. So yeah, it's like riding a bike. It's just a nice new shiny bike. And then like you guys said, now you have to go home and ride around your busted rusty bike with like no seat. It was a little rough. But yeah, playing that new PvP was awesome.
Yeah. You still had a seat, lucky.
Lucky. It's a banana seat though.
Dude, I missed the 4v4 more than anything.
Oh, so fun.
Yeah, that was that, and it felt good. Like, I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, how's the 4v4?" Because you know I like 6v6, but after playing 4v4, because I didn't do a lot of custom matches, Destiny 1 4v4, so like that 4v4 felt good, and maybe it was because that map was made to play 4v4. I felt like going back to 6v6 was like just like free for all almost.
So.
Yeah. but yeah, playing the new PvP I thought was super fun. Playing it on PC to kind of see how I didn't even know that those weren't ultra settings. I thought that was like maxed
Yeah, that's what
out.
he was like. He was like, yeah, it's not fully optimized, I guess, yet for, and then so they didn't want to show it unless it was.
Yeah.
But he was like, just had that, like, evil little grin on his face, like,
That little
I
bit of
know
swagger.
something you don't, and I'm just.
So
But-
I mean, that'll be awesome to know. That's not awesome for my bank account to know that. Because it was running on some pretty high end. I know it was like a 1080 Ti, which is like, I know there's higher graphics card than that, but that's kind of like the highest consumer card you can kind of get. I don't know what the other gear. I'm assuming it was on like i7 processors and probably 1,000 gigs of RAM. But yeah, now I'm excited to see, what it can look like. I guess that'll be cool. So yeah, excited to see what that's gonna look like. And then, like I said, the PvP was fun, and then just meeting everybody. Like it's like you see people online, and yeah, those are real people, but it's almost like it's like watching something on TV almost. And it's like you can get. Luckily with Twitch, it's different than like TV. You get to actually interact, which is really cool. But then to actually like meet these people in real life, like meeting you, Abbott. I'm trying to think. I don't think I'd ever met like Belle Bunny before. I talked to her like all the time in her channels or on Guardian Radio. So actually to meet some of those people like firsthand, it's really cool. That experience, that part was really awesome too. Just meeting the people.
Yeah, I loved every time Cosmo would come around and get a big hug from him or get the Union of Light emblems. That was pretty sweet that he kind of hooked everybody up there, And then Fallout was like, I think I got the rest of them, and he had like this stack. Oh, he's gonna get tweets now. Sorry, Fallout.
I've heard you got 50. He's only got 48.
I need it.
Calm down.
Oh,
but yeah, I mean, just the whole experience was, I mean, really, I mean, E3 was a very cool experience, but it was not like this. This was something different. This was definitely the thing for me that I loved the most is it literally felt like a family reunion with nothing but people that you wanted to be around, which is not like most family reunions, right? And so that to me was just awesome. I mean, like you guys said, like meeting some of these people for the first time, meeting Pope Bear and just having that guy come give me a big old hug, like it was great. Somebody walked up and was like, "Are you Teft?" And I'm like, negative, Ghost Rider. He's right over there, and just, it was, I don't know. It was a blast. Hopefully we get to do more like this, get to come out to some more of the events. Cause it's just, to me, I mean, playing the game was awesome, but man, I just want to hang out with everybody again. Like, I'm so stoked for Guardian Con. Like, I cannot wait. I'm sad Destinaut can't go. I mean, I totally understand it, but man, I'm excited just to hang out with the community again. I do want to say we got Pickles here saying, I hope the sweeper bot makes it through the destruction of the tower. I think he's going to. I think there's a special place in all of our hearts for the sweeper bot.
Dude,
so
when there's something to be swept, he needs to sweep.
Yeah.
Okay.
He keeps us clean, keeps the tower clean, which is good. And he's gonna have a lot to sweep after the Cabal leave, so he'll be very busy. He'll be very busy. He will single-handedly rebuild that tower for Destiny 3. You watch.
Yeah, he might need to find a friend or employ someone else, like another bot. I don't know. Make a request to Zavala.
Yeah, maybe it'll happen like the whole C-3PO thing. Maybe he'll get shot, and then we'll have to carry him around on our back until we can put him back together.
What if there's like, what are they called? I think adventures. I'm just imagining like an adventure of some sort where his broom is broken and you have to go and find him a new one. Like, it's just this sad, like he's just sweeping but without a broom.
So what I'm hearing is you guys want fetch quests and you want escort missions.
Dude,
great.
I will do any kind of quest to let the sweeper bot keep on sweeping. Okay.
Hey, I'm right there with you. I'm right. That's, that needs to be the end game in Destiny 2. It's all about the sweeper bot. Like, hopefully those treasure chests, one of those things will be the broom that we can bring back to him. And who knows, maybe we'll get an exotic sparrow from the sweeper bot only by delivering the broom.
Dude, I need it. I need it.
Make it happen, Bungie.
Yeah, make it happen. Make it happen.
Do it now.
Well, guys, this has been fun. This has been a great time. Abbott, we're going to have to do this again.
Absolutely. I'm always, anytime you need me, I'm there for you, BB.
Okay, tomorrow. 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know it would. Okay, yes.
I've got to say a big hello to DBM Gamer. What is up, man? It's been a long time. Glad to see you, dude. And everybody else hanging out with us in the chat. Pickles, Distant Sama, Wendler, Alka-Seltzer-Tini, The Signal, let's see, Henny, and anybody that I miss. Young Khan, I'm kind of just scrolling up, guys. Everybody that's here, thank you for being with us tonight. Abbott, tell us all of the places, I can talk words, that people can find you on the internet.
Yeah, so I am on twitch.tv, Twitter, and Instagram. I think those are really the only three. And they're all ABitTooLethal. It's all grammatically correct. So ABITTOO lethal.
Okay, and Tinder?
I haven't made that yet, but it would probably be a bit too lethal. Don't steal it. Don't steal it. Don't steal it.
You're gonna have to be the real a bit too lethal now that you've said it. Get going. We always like to find out too if you have a farmers only account. That's the other thing we like to.
Have you seen actually
I wasn't gonna bring that up.
Those?
Okay.
They do. Don't laugh.
Yes.
You do have one. Okay.
A farmer too lethal.
A farmer too lethal. There you go. All right, man. Well, let's guys make sure to follow him. If you don't, he is in the chat here. Let's see. I think I got. Nope. That's there's a clip of him again. Eating hot peppers. So go watch that. But there he is, a bit too lethal. His name just showed up, and I will have all the links so you guys can follow him on in the show notes. That's thelootcave.com/episode 99, 100 next week.
99.
Crazy.
That was a good year.
Where can we find you, Destinot?
You can find me on Twitter at DestinaTLC. Also on this train wreck of a show, Tuesday nights, twitch.tv/thelootcave, 7 p.m. That's Pacific time. Not Mountain or Central, Josh.
Okay, fair enough. I know time zones. They can be hard sometimes.
Also 9 p.m., like Josh mentioned earlier, for the Nintendo Power Cast, where we talk all things Nintendo, which apparently, I guess they're hot right now. I guess they got this new thing out. I don't know. They do stuff.
The DS, right?
The DS, yep.
The DS2, the new 2DS.
You put the Marios on the DS, and you can play with your friends on the web.
And then profit.
That's right. Henny's asking, episode 100, big plans. We mentioned it earlier. I have some requests out for some guests, and I'm just waiting to hear back. And so if all goes as planned, we'll have a pretty big episode 100. And if everything doesn't go as planned, well, we're still gonna have a blast because you know what? It's freaking episode 100, so it's gonna be a good time.
Keep it consistent and only show up for half the episode, like I did with 50?
Yeah, like with 50, that was good. Where you slept through half of it. That was nice. That was nice. You had like 1,900 texts from me, like, please wake.
My wife walks in, she's like, "Aren't you podcasting?" And I'm like, "Where am I? What year is it?" Yeah.
Oh man. So and Henny says, Abbott, thanks for joining. You are an awesome dude. We do thank you. Guys, you can follow me on Twitter at N64Josh. You can follow me on Twitch, Instagram. I have a Facebook page. I don't do Tinder. MySpace is still a thing, I believe. Yeah, it's all N64Josh. You can find it everywhere. We do have like a Discord and stuff, which I believe the link to it is in is in the show notes. So if it's not, I'll make sure it is there. If you want to come talk Destiny stuff and whatever else. And if you guys are looking for a clan, make sure to look up the Loot Clan on Bungie.net. We have a bunch of really good guys. And even if you're just if you're in a clan that you love, but you need to find some people to play with, we can just throw you into our group as well. So look it up on there, and we'll get some games with you. And both PS4 and Xbox, and soon to be PC. So should be going strong there. If you guys have a minute, if you enjoyed this and you listen to it on iTunes, you can leave us a review, or wherever you listen to podcasts, if you can leave us a review, that would be awesome. We'd really, really appreciate it. And remember, audibletrial.com/thelootcast. Get yourself a free audiobook of your choice and also help support this show. If you want an extra Destiny podcast, go to patreon.com/thelootcast, and for $1 or more, it can be yours. And that's it. Let's put a bow on this thing. Abbott, thanks again, my man.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure, guys. It was a good time. A lot of laughs.
Yeah, good stuff, man. Everybody in the chat, thank you so much. Hey, are you going to be streaming right now? Yeah. So we'll let's go keep this party going over in his chat, guys. So once he gets his stream fired up, let's get I'm going to get his link in the chat here, and we will wrap up this show. So guys, thank you so much for being here with us, and we'll see you next week for episode 100. Later. Go show him some love. See you later.